but I guess I'll go ahead and get started anyway. It's kind of odd that I don't see anybody in the chat. It says zeros. Sometimes this thing messes up. So I don't know if I should assume that nobody actually is in the chat in watching the video, or if I should assume that the number is incorrect. Ah, I'm gonna see if I can pull it up on my other device. Hmm. So, I don't know. If you're in the chat, it would be helpful if you could say something or push the heart button or something like that. Um, I don't see any. Oh, there's. Oh, okay, yeah. Begrudging. So I joined. Yeah, this is it's just so weird. So I joined from my other account that I use for my cooking videos. Begrudging, I see you in there in my other device. Weird. I wish this. I don't know. It says there are three of us. It's just me. No one else is talking, and I just logged on. Yeah. Well, the you're one of the people, one of the three. I am the other one because I'm logged in another account. Um, and that's the only way I can see the chat. Apparently, I wish Substack would fix some of these glitches that happened. It's so weird. I don't know. And I don't know whether I should like leave and come back, or it's always a struggle with the chat. Yes. Yeah, see, I can't see any of this on my phone that I'm recording this on. It shows me that there are 0 people watching and there are no messages in the chat. And yet, I can see them on my other account. So weird. I hate it. Well, anyway, I guess I'll just go on and just pretend like everything's okay. That's uh, kind of what my family does a lot. Just pretend everything's okay. Just ignore the elephants in the room and things like that. Well, anyway, what I was going to talk about today. Oh, hello. My name is Brandon Elrich, in case you don't know me, although since there are only 3 people in here and Begrudging already knows me, it's pointless for me to introduce myself to people in the chat. But there might be people that watch this later. So my name is Brandon Elrich, and you can go to my Substack and subscribe if you like this ridiculousness. But I'm I'm pruning and propagating some plants. I like the alliteration too. Pruning and propagating plants. I did this with I have this rubber tree you can see behind me this rubber tree plant or ficus, and I let it get out of control. Um, it's I didn't know what I was doing. I got this from a funeral of a relative. I've had it for, I think that was in 2000, I don't know, 14, 15. I've had it for like 10 or 11, probably 11 years or something like that. But I just, watered it and let it go, let it grow. And it's gotten rather, um, well, it's gotten tall and it's gotten these long branches on it. You can't, this one, it may be hard to see, but this is the longest branch. But anyway, I realized that the branches were getting way too long, and they were like if they keep going and going out, it's just gonna drag the branch is just gonna like bend down, and it's not gonna be great. So anyway, I kind of looked up um how to trim it, how to prune it, and you can see like right here, this little piece right here is where I trimmed the last time. And right after I trimmed it, this started growing out. And so now there's this long piece that's growing out of right below where I trimmed it. That's not helpful. But when I trimmed it, I put it in water and let it grow roots, and I made a little baby. So this was like, I don't know, it was a couple months, at least a couple months ago. And I think there were only like three leaves on it when I trimmed it off, but now there are one, two, three, four, five. And then I don't know if you can see because of the light. There's this little folded up leaf. That's what it looks like when they first start out. They're kind of reddish, and then they open up into leaves. But and then on this other branch, you can see where I trimmed it right here. I don't know if you can see that very well. I'll try to get closer. See the little whatever it's called, sap. I don't know if you call it sap when it's a rubber tree, but anyway, it kind of hardened over or whatever. And then again, a new one started coming out below it, but I used that one to make a new one as well. So I've got a baby here and a baby over here. But this one is just it's it's getting too long again. So I'm going to trim it off again, but you need to put something below it because as soon as you cut it, it's going to drip the sap or the whatever you call it in the white. It's a white sap kind of stuff. But anyway, um, I just thought I'd do this on video and kind of show other people in case you have a ficus or a rubber tree and want to make another one because they can be kind of expensive, especially if you buy one that's like fully formed. The one I had started off with was about the size of this one when it started out. It was just a small plant. It was like in a container with a bunch of other things. And anyway, I got it from a when my relative passed away, and I was able to take this container of a bunch of different plants. And I especially wanted the rubber tree plant because I really like that one. I like the shiny leaves on it, and I think it looks kind of cool. It's got this reddish kind of, you can see like underneath it's got a red kind of vein through it. But anyway, they can be kind of expensive if you buy them bigger ones. Oh, hello, Metaphor and Lisa Joy. Um, oh yeah, my cats are evil with plants. Yeah, mine don't bother my plants. Um, I had a palm plant once that they kind of chewed on, but other than that, they don't bother any of them. I'm really fortunate, I guess. They just but yeah, well your cats go outside too, Lisa, but mine go outside and they've got plenty of things to scratch on and whatever, but they don't bother these. So I'm lucky in that regard. So anyway, the fig plant, I'm going to be trimming it. And one of the recommendations is you should leave at least 3 leaves on the branch. So there are these 3 that I'm going to leave in there. And then I'm going to trim it just above the 3rd leaf. And I'm going to make a new one out of this. I thought about doing like propagating a bunch of plants and then maybe selling them at like a farmer's market or something like that because like I said, they can be expensive, especially if you get them from a like a nursery or specialty flower shop or something like that. And you don't, if you've got your own rubber tree plant, you don't need to spend a bunch of money if you're going to like give the plant away for gift or a birthday or I don't know whatever. You don't have to go out and spend money on a new plant. If you've got one already, you can propagate your own. Of course, you have to do it ahead of time. But anyway, oh, speaking of cats, mine is at the window wanting to come in. Seems like every time I want to do a live video, my cats want either out or in or whatever. But anyway, um, so cutting it off right here, right above the 3 leaves, and then you just put it in a glass of water, change out the water every so often. And you have to be pretty patient because the fig or the ficus at least, what did I say? I said fig. The ficus, the rubber tree plant. Um, it takes a little while for the roots to develop, I've noticed. So you gotta just leave it in the water and little nubs will start forming and you gotta wait till they fully develop before you take it out and actually plant it, or it's not gonna work very well. I've also I also have this what's called a white velvet plant, and it's gone. I'll get this aloe out of the way. But this one is like it's gone crazy. It started off with as just a little tiny plant. I've only had this like I think it was just a year ago that I got this, and it has gone crazy. And you can kind of see the purple right here. So if it gets more sun, it turns purple, and if it's out of the sun, it stays green. This one is kind of, I don't know why these aren't turning purple yet. I put it over here in this window so it would turn purple, but it may not be like there's a tree outside this window so it gets some shade. So maybe it's not getting direct sunlight to turn it purple. I may have to put it in a different window. But this one over here is one I propagated from that. And I've only had this going for a few months and it's already going crazy. And I don't know if you can tell, but there's a little nub down in there that's it's creating another branch. But this one is the same thing. Just put it in water and it'll grow roots. You can't do that with all plants, but these are a couple of them that you can do that with: the rubber tree or ficus and the white velvet. Hello, Misuse, and hello, Sam. I have this other one that's a jade plant, and I got a clipping from someone that had a jade plant. That one you don't put in water. It's a succulent. So that one you have to clip off and allow it to dry completely and then put it on a wet paper towel and it'll start forming roots. And once the roots look like long enough, well established, then you can bury it. And so this one, it's I don't know if you know, it started to form new leaves up top here. Oh, don't mind this. This is just a little, I don't know, it's just a little stake, decorative stake. But anyway, so that's that one. And then I also have some golden pothos. Those typically are pretty easy to propagate, and I've done several of them. I I have a neighbor not lives not too far away that has a golden pothos that's just crazy. It's got tons of branches and leaves and everything. So she gave me several clippings of it because she needed to cut it back. But and I've cut branches of my own off of mine. And basically, you do the same thing, just put it in water and wait till they grow roots. And this one has done that. You can see the roots that it's grown. And I've noticed, like, if it grows just like single roots like that, it's still not quite ready. It doesn't do as well as like this one, where you can see. Oh, I don't know if you can see with the light behind me, but it's got the main root and then it's got these tiny offshoots off of the main root. And once that happens, then it seems to do a lot better. The roots grow and the plant does a lot better because I tried it with just if it just has like these main roots. I tried planting it and mine just died. But when I waited just a little bit longer and had these tiny, almost like spurs coming off the main root, then it seemed to be established enough to grow on its own. But yeah, these usually don't take very long to grow roots. Just whenever you cut them, just make sure there's a few of these little nubs, these nodes, and the roots will grow out of roots will grow out of those little nubs. So anyway, Miss U says I've grown pea plants, spider plants, Christmas cactus plants. I don't do inside gardening anymore. I have enough outside in the summer. Yeah, I have. I'm not. I don't usually do well with cacti. I had this Christmas cactus, or some people call it a Thanksgiving cactus. I don't know. Doesn't really matter, I guess. But it bloomed. I had it for a year, and it bloomed once. Well, it had blooms on it when I first got it, I think, and then it bloomed once, and then it died. I didn't do anything different with it. I kept with the same watering schedule, but for some reason, cacti don't like me. That's just the way it is. Sometimes people don't like you and you just have to deal with it. Sometimes plants don't like you and you just have to deal with it. Sometimes pets don't like you, but that's fine. I don't I don't need to be a cactus grower. But I seem to be doing well with the rubber tree. I've gotten two rubber plants out of my main one, and I'm going to trim this one off to make another one. And yeah, anyway, I guess I could go ahead and trim it just to show you. But let's see. Hopefully you can see up here. So I'm going to trim it. I've got this the other one down below it to catch the dripping stuff. Oh, there we go. You can see oh, it kind of dripped on the leaf there, but it's got a little, that white stuff drips out. You gotta wait till, so you put this, you can leave it sitting on a table or counter or whatever, paper towel to catch this stuff, but wait until it's completely dry. Then then you can put it in the water and change it out. I'm gonna sit this one down, try to carefully set it down here over this pot and let that catch the sap. And hopefully, I don't know what's going on with I just let this get out of control. It just got like way too tall, and then the branches started coming out way too long. And it's got these little it's got, I don't know if you can see here, but it's got these little, like it's trying to make a little branch on there on it, but it makes these little nubs, and that's where it stops. It doesn't, they're not growing any more than that. So I I don't know what to do about that part of it. Oh, hello, Lisa GK and Wendy Russell. Wendy and I submitted a couple of stories to the Begrudging Dispatch. Oh, she was in here too earlier. I don't know if she still is, but we had a lot of fun last night. The Begrudging Dispatch read our stories that we submitted, the Poe-nanigans, as they were called. Yes. How's it going, Poe bro? That was fun. And I published mine this morning, the Poe inspired story. Mine was The Telltale Fart. If you're familiar with Poe, you know his story, The Telltale Heart. Of course, I had to do a parody of that. But anyway, um, yeah, Miss Yu says, yeah, some plants are touchy, like people. That's true. So that's all I got to talk about today. I just thought I was gonna do this. I've been wanting to do this for a little while. Um, Trim off my rubber tree and make new ones. And I thought, well, it might be helpful to tell other people about it, tell them the process for those who don't know about plants or have a rubber tree or ficus and want to propagate a new one. It hasn't been too difficult. Oh, hello, Ben. We're we're pruning and propagating. Actually, I didn't have too much more that I was going to talk about, but I could go ahead and plant one of them. Could do that. I don't know. So I've got the golden pothos, and let's see. I have to hold. Yeah, there we go. Mm, Let's see how this works. All right, there we go. So I've got this golden pothos that I'm going to plant. See if my tripod holds up. And I've got this hanging basket that I'm going to put it in. But I've only got one of the golden pothos offshoots that is ready to go in the dirt. So this one is the one that's more ready. It's got a better root system. So I'm going to carefully, I don't want to like break a bunch of the roots. Kind of hard to do this with. Oh, I might get a little trowel. But that'll be easier. Oh, and I forgot I can't see the chat either because of my stupid. I don't know what's going on with this stupid app today. Substack. Really aggravating sometimes when Substack doesn't do what you want it to do. All right. All right. Trying to get down in there so I can put the roots down in there. Well, Ben, I still haven't seen the Odyssey, so I was not able to. Well, I didn't want to tune in to your live earlier since you were talking about the Odyssey. Didn't want the spoilers. But I am thinking about possibly seeing it next week. There's some theaters that have the discount movies on Tuesdays. So I might see it on Tuesday. All right. That looks pretty good. Oh, kind of gnat or a mosquito or something. Ugh. Ugh, I think it's a mosquito. Ugh. So anyway, there we go. There's my golden pothos. Ugh, so annoying. Well, anyway, there we have it. Golden pothos has been transplanted. This one, I think I'm going to keep for a little longer, so it has a little better root system before I put it in the dirt. But it shouldn't take too long. Those golden pothos usually are pretty good as far as like how long it takes them to develop roots. You just put them in the put them in the water, and it doesn't take long. But the rubber tree, the ficus, it does take a little bit longer. The white velvet, that from what I remember, that one didn't take very long. But and it grows quickly. That one's gone crazy. It's got a bunch of branches that have just gone all over the place. Oh, and this this is one of the, if you saw, I posted a note a couple days ago about tie dyeing. This is kind of extra. I had some leftover dye and I just grabbed one of my white t-shirts. I was like, oh, might as well use up the rest of the dye. And so this is my leftover dye t-shirt. But anyway, that's all I got for today. I'm going to be on later with Stefan Pasek. If you want to join me, I think it's, oh, what time are we doing that? 8 Central Time. I think that's what it is. Somewhere around there, 8 or 9. I'm pretty sure it's 8. But I was on with him a couple weeks ago, or a few weeks ago. It was a fun conversation. So if you could join me this evening around 8 p.m. Central, I'll be talking with him. Tomorrow, I think I'm going to do a baking video. I think I'm going to make zucchini pizza boats. That's my plan. Hello, Omics Intel. I'm just kind of wrapping up right now. I've been pruning plants and kind of talking about how to propagate a new ficus or rubber tree plant. So that's the subject for today. Anyway, thank you for joining, everybody. Check me out later tonight and have a lovely Thursday. See y'all later.